All right. Are you trying to figure out why you are stuck? Or maybe you feel like everybody else is successful, but you are not. And maybe it's because of your thinking. Maybe it's like you keep trying to do things, but yet you keep failing, and it's you just want to give up. But in this video, I'm going to share with you how I brainwashed myself to success. And you're going, well, who are you? Well, I'm James. I'm an executive pastor, and I'm also a business owner of Slant Leadership Group. And I want to share on how I flunked out of college and some other things, but nevertheless, I had to brainwash myself. Now, when I was growing up, my parents, they divorced when I was in third grade. So I grew up without a dad. And so because of that, there was this continuous thought of, I am not enough. I'm not enough. And then again, I go and I flunk out of college. So I end up living back home with my mom. And so now it's just this calloused mindset of I keep failing. I'm a failure. I can't move forward. And next thing you know, I'm at a community college and I'm working 2 jobs trying to figure it all out. And those are the things and those are the places to where you get to where you're going, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. Because it's like no matter what you do, there's always an issue. There's always an obstacle. And, it was in that moment to where I said, I'm sick and tired of this. I need to figure some things out. And then from there, I get into ministry. Well, I make the change and I get into ministry. I go back, I get my degrees, I get my undergrad and my master's. And again, as I've said, I'm an executive role right now, and I own a leadership consulting firm, again, the Slant Leadership Group. And it's not just about those things, but I'm married. I have 3 kids. I love my family. My family loves me. And so it's on those things of success isn't just about the money, okay? Because there are people who have money, but they also are very lonely. So you have to make sure you understand when we're talking about brainwashing yourself into success, we're not just talking about money. Okay, there's more to life than money. And if you just do some research, you will see a lot of celebrities who are very wealthy. They are very troubled. They are addicted to things. They have broken families and broken homes and terrible habits and all of these things. Like, please recognize that money is a great tool to have, but it does not all of a sudden mean success. And so I have my notes that I'm going to go over for tonight. Again, as we're talking about brainwashing your success, brainwashing yourself to success, because everything I tried wasn't working. But I wanted to read this from the book of Romans, which is extremely important because it's biblical and it's really helpful for you. Now, I don't know your walk of faith, if you have one or not, or whatever the case is. However, I do want to read this because this is a vital part in regards to brainwashing yourself. This is the step that I took, and I want to help you do the same. The Bible says this in Romans chapter 12, verse 2. This is important. It says, do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewal of your mind. That's awesome. That by testing you may discern what is the will of God and what is good and acceptable and perfect. So you transform your mind. You have to renew your mind. Because again, as I said, success is not just about the money, okay? But it's about family, your relationship with God, your work, your business, your hobbies, all of the other things as a whole. And again, when you change your mind, you have to understand that it's all possible. It's possible to have a healthy marriage and run a business. It's possible to have a healthy relationship with God and to have hobbies. It's possible to have all of those things at the same time. But when you don't see it, or when you haven't seen it, it's really hard for you to believe. But the thing I wanted to talk to you with is this. Your mind is designed to keep you safe. That is the biggest and hardest thing for you to understand. Because if you want to brainwash yourself to success, you have to recognize that your brain is wired to keep you safe. And when you're talking about brainwashing yourself to success and your brain keeping you safe, those are 2 definite opposites because they contradict one another. Because think of it like this. I have young kids. I'm not sure if you do, but you were a child at some point. And it's like if you see a young boy who wants to go down a very big slide. You take that boy up that big slide, and then actually this happened not long ago. We were at, my wife and I, we took our family to like a fall festival kind of thing, to where there's like, you can walk in the corn maze and go with your family, you can eat some food and all that. So there was the zip line. There was a zip line there, and it was kind of like makeshift, you know what I mean? So it wasn't like, it looked kind of dangerous, but it was fine. It was fine, right? Everything's okay. So what had happened was, I walk up with my kids, and they're about to go on the zip line, but there's this long line of kids. There's like 15 kids in line, and all these parents, and I'm going, what is happening? It's just really popular. So as I get going, as I get closer, I see that kids are kind of going down. I'm like, okay, this is cool. And then it happened. This one girl walks up. She puts her hand on the handlebars, and she's looking down like, nope, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Go, and she's freaking out, she's scared, and all the adults were kind of looking around like, where's her mom, like where's her dad, where are her parents, right? Because they're trying to figure out how to get this girl to go so that the line can speed up, right? So next thing you know, parents are now encouraging this girl to go, like, hey, it's okay, you can do it. And she's just freaking out, she's scared, her mind is playing tricks on her. She wants to do this, she wants to jump off, she wants to do the zip line, but her brain won't let her. And so now it's 5 minutes. The kids in line are frustrated. Parents are frustrated because where is her mom at? She's not listening. She won't let go. And you can't, just go up and grab a kid and take them off. Like, it's not my kid. I'm putting my hands on that kid. But so nevertheless, out of nowhere, her mom finally comes in, and her mom walks down to the end of the zip line. And her mom starts waving her down. She says, come on, hurry up. And the kid's scared. And so then the mom counts to 3. Then when the mom counts to 3, the little girl, she kicked her feet up, and then she went all the way down the zip line. And when she got down, she let go, and she started smiling. Everybody started clapping, yay! And then my son finally got to go. So this is the thing. You are like the girl with her hands on the handlebars and her feet still on the platform. You want to let go. You want to grow. You want to maybe increase your potential, maybe increase your influence, or get things done. Have a loving family, do well in your job, or start the business, or whatever God has called you to do. But for some reason, you're holding on to those handlebars and you will not kick your feet up. Your brain is saying, don't do it. It's dangerous. You are going to die. But your mind and the rest of your body is like, I want to do this. And these are the things that you have to do if you want to brainwash yourself to success. And again, we're not saying brainwash like this negative way, but it's really to override that initial fear. And the fear isn't bad. It keeps you safe. But at the same time, it does come at a cost. So I'm going to go over 3 steps really to help you 3 steps that I took to, again, brainwash myself to success. Number 1 is this: absorb good knowledge. You have to absorb good knowledge because the environment that you are in typically really produces the actions that you want to take. So therefore, if there are a lot of people around you and they haven't done what you're trying to do, or they haven't been exposed to the things that you want to do, then they're going to have a really hard time trying to understand who you are. So for me, when I was, after I flunked out of college, I started working at a daycare. The thing is, a lot of people at the daycare, nobody was talking about starting a business, okay? Nobody was talking about different ideas. It was more of, let me go into work, clock in, time to roll out, clock out, I'm going home and watch TV, and I'll come back, see you tomorrow. And so when you're around that environment, those are the things that you begin to believe. Those are the things that you only think about. But when you absorb good knowledge, when you look at a video on YouTube, or when you read a book, when you go to a conference, when you network, when you socialize, when you try to meet people doing something that you want to do, or maybe you want to, again, grow in your marriage or grow as a better parent, whatever the case is, really, it's the more that you understand that when you absorb good knowledge, it helps you with the habits that you have. So absorb good knowledge. And so what I started to do was I just started to read like crazy. I was reading books from people. It was just blowing my mind because I was thinking like, whoa, I didn't know you could even do that. I didn't even know that was possible. I didn't even know that you could lead a team of, however many people. I didn't know that you could, that's what it would take to write a book and to promote that book. I didn't know that's how you, work through conflict with your spouse. I didn't know that's how you be a good dad. I didn't know how that's how you could manage your calendar or manage your energy. Like, I didn't know any of this stuff. And so again, as I'm absorbing good knowledge, it's helping my brain. It's helping me renew my mind. And again, it was books and videos on personal development, on leadership, on finance, on marriage, on spirituality. I mean, you name it. I'm just soaking it all in, absorbing good knowledge. Now, the opposite would be like toxic knowledge of more like, drama, people arguing, fighting, just watching a bunch of TVs, sitting around eating junk food, doing nothing, hanging around with the same old people that's doing absolutely nothing. The people that are talking about all the plans they're going to do, and they've been talking about those same old plans for 50 years, those people, you got to create some boundaries because, again, if you're going to absorb good knowledge, that's something that you need to do. Number 2 is apply that knowledge, which is AKA wisdom. So you can absorb the knowledge, which is super helpful. But at the same time, if you don't apply that knowledge, if you don't utilize wisdom, you're actually not going to get very far. And so what I had to learn how to do to brainwash myself to success was, yes, I'm reading all these books. I'm taking all of this new information to help me. But then at the same time, I had to start applying these things. So like I applied a family calendar. The family calendar helped me be more clear in my communication with my wife. Or I also had to apply, hey, I'm doing a lot of things at work. I'm planning a lot of things and events at work. I'm going to plan a lot of things and events for my family. Like I learned that from a coach. I had to utilize the knowledge that he shared with me, or even just the stuff that I've learned with the DISC assessment or the Path Elements assessment, all these different assessments and all those things. Like they're good to learn and know, but if you don't apply in regards to how you speak to people, how you listen, then nothing's going to work. Also with budget, with money, finances, you can learn how to set a budget or how to utilize your finances or how to invest or a 401k, whatever the case is. But if you don't apply that knowledge, nothing is going to happen. So that's the other biggest thing is you can learn as much as you want, but if you don't apply the things that you've learned, you're going to end up in the same place. You're brainwashing nobody, right? Because you put a hard barrier over your brain to where the good information will not get absorbed. So you have to apply the knowledge, use wisdom, whatever you're learning, utilize it. That is one of the best ways to change your environment. Again, make sure you do that. So again, if you want to brainwash yourself to success, the step 1 that I did, again, absorb good knowledge. Step 2 was apply that knowledge, which is wisdom. Number 3, repeat the cycle no matter what. Repeat the cycle no matter what. Well, what does that mean? It means to absorb good knowledge, apply it. Gain more knowledge, apply it, and just keep doing that, because when you do that, you get stronger and you get wiser. You're doing the things that you ought to do, and you're increasing your potential. You're increasing the things that you can do. You're getting more loving, more caring, more sacrificial. Like not just in your relationships, but also with your mind. You start to become more sharp. You start to speak more clearly. You start to begin to communicate in a way that multiple people can understand. You really start to stand out and become a high achiever, is because while most people are sitting around watching Netflix doing nothing, you are applying that knowledge. And time after time after time again, you have to understand applying knowledge, like using wisdom, is hard, because it's you recognizing you don't know everything. And when you understand that you don't know everything, but you are willing to learn, you're going to get so much further faster than so many other people, because too many other people are brainwashed on complaining. They're brainwashed on how hard things are. They're brainwashed on how the man keeps them down. Now listen, as I've shared with you, my parents got a divorce. I'm blind in one eye. I flunked out of college. You name it, right? I've gone through very difficult, hard things that made me want to quit in life. But the thing is, the easier it is to quit, then nothing is really going to happen. Nothing worthwhile. It's not a life worth living. But you want to make it hard for you to quit. And it's not about your effort, it's about the vision. Like, what are you trying to do? Who are you trying to be? Who are you called to be? Like, those things right there can help you as you repeat that cycle of absorbing good knowledge, like absorb it, but also apply it, like use it. And when you do that, you will begin to think differently, behave differently. Your habits are different. Your marriage will be different. Your business will be different. Your leadership will be different. Your finances will be different. All of these things are different because of the cycle of brainwashing yourself into success that most people pay the cost for. Dr. Miles, he said, if you want your life to be hard, then do the easy things. Like watching TV and doing nothing is easy. Scrolling on social media for hours is easy. Complaining is easy. Whining is easy. Therefore, your life will be hard. But then Dr. Miles Monroe, he says it this way: if you want your life to be easy, do the hard things. If you want your life to be hard, do the easy things. If you want your life to be easy, do the hard things. And again, that's why we're talking about brainwashing yourself to success, because most people won't. The cost is too high. But the reality is the cost is too high to keep doing things the way you've been doing it, because you don't have forever. Tomorrow is not promised. Do exactly what you are called to do. So I hope this video has been helpful for you as you are working on brainwashing yourself to success. And again, absorb that good knowledge, like use it, apply it, and repeat the cycle. As the Bible says, renew your mind, transform it and renew it, and do what God has called you to do. Thank you for joining, and you are one slant away from changing your life.